Okay, just rocking up at the job now. This client just bought this place, an old terracotta roof. He just wants to have it inspected to make sure that everything's good to go before finalising moving in, or if there's any maintenance items that need to be done. Let's go through it and see what we can find.
Okay, so today I'm going to show you guys the top 5 things that we look for in a roof inspection on a tiled roof. Number 1, we have the ridge capping, and the ridge serves as protection for 2 different sides of a roof. On a diagonal axis, we have the hip. On the horizontal axis, where the 2 points meet, we have something called the top ridge. This ridge is definitely in need of some pointing. In fact, I think it's probably in need of some bedding at this point. The pointing is blown out. Originally, this ridge would have been in better condition, but they've done a pressure clean on this roof and it rips off the pointing. So it's very important to remember, if you're going to pressure clean the roof, after they hit the ridge, it's going to need to be repointed. If they're a good professional pressure cleaner, they might be able to go at it a bit lighter, but generally speaking, it's going to need some kind of repointing service. As you can see, just large chunks here. The ridge actually still held on pretty good. I can't lift them, so that's good to see. The second thing that I'd be looking for is the valley iron. The valley iron works in the opposite of a ridge. On an external change, we have ridge. On an internal change, we would put a valley. And what we're looking for in valleys are rust and debris. As you can see, this doesn't look too bad for the top. But then as we make our way down, we have some rusting here due to leaves and dirt sitting for too long. Usually it's going to be in the bottom third, bottom quarter that you get the buildup. This hasn't gone all the way through, so that's good. But still, once the rusting process starts, there's nothing really that's going to stop it. A little bit of surface rust is okay. This is probably just past the surface rusting stage. In this instance, it depends on your budget. This would be either cleaning up, wire brush it all back, get a rust treatment, then seal all of the valley just to prolong the lifespan. Otherwise, it'd be replacing the section here, which would probably just be take out this length and put a new piece in. Okay, so number 3 of what we're looking for are broken tiles. And these tiles, they've just been pressure cleaned. So you would think if they broke any, they would have replaced them on the spot. So usually we're looking for a broken tile or even missing tiles. In the valley here, you can see there's a missing tile cut. Well, it's not always going to be a dramatic leak. Maybe in a heavy rain event, there's less coverage in the valley. It just increases the chances. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes we find items like this where the tile has chipped away. This one, probably worthwhile getting it replaced. If we have a rain event and it's blowing in this direction, there's a chance of it overflowing. The valley is still going to probably catch all of it. Still, it's just better peace of mind. We have a look over here on the front. You can see the tiles are chipping a little bit. Terracotta tiles are prone to getting cancer. That doesn't look too bad. Okay, so as you can see here, they haven't pressure cleaned the tiles on this side too well. That's okay. That's just because they haven't applied the chemical to pressure clean it properly. Just a bit of a bodgy job in the clean, that's all. No broken tiles as of yet. On the back side, they have not pressure cleaned. Must have figured, well, they can't see anything, so it's okay. Very thick with algae here. Not the most comfortable roof to walk on. Okay, what we have here is a chipped piece. So I'll look for where that came from. And we have a siliconed up water course, which is never good because water will still find its way behind the silicon, and now you've trapped where it needs to go. It forces it in sideways. In this instance, the lead would probably come to about here. So it's going to be up here where the leak starts to come through. Yeah, still can't see anything too bad on these tiles. We had a random broken piece. Oh, actually, I can see a chip over here. I always do a step test before changing sides of the roof. Okay, so we have a chip tile there. That one might be worth replacing. Other than that, it looks pretty good. No broken tiles, so that's a win. Number 4, I'd be looking at penetrations through the roof. So your whirlybirds are penetrations. And by that, it just means there's a hole underneath them. Skylight penetration. Now, what I would be looking for whirlybirds is to make sure that the base of the whirlybird has been turned up on the back. And this one has been turned up slightly. Yep, perfect. So that's a good sign. Now it's going to stop the wind-driven rain. Your sewer vent pipe is also a penetration. And this is always the most common one to not be done properly. I'd say 9 out of 10 roofs. Actually, have a look at that. So we can note that down. That needs to be fixed up. Water comes in here. It's going to go straight under the lead. And it's going to be coming in to the eave. So we've got from 50 mil. And they have turned it up. That is a rare occurrence. Very cool to see. Okay. And we'll look at the skylights. Let's see what's happening here. So they've put lead around this one in the past, which leads you to believe that there was a leak at a point. Still haven't found where that tile piece has come from. Oh, okay. So this is all one piece. And they've siliconed here. Bit of a hard one. I might have to turn the camera off for that bit, because I'm going to need 2 hands, but I'm going to assume that there's an issue there. There's probably been addressed, but it could just be neater. Could be done with some fast flash, so it's not as reliant on silicon. Well, now that we're here to the metal roof transition, that is not great. A bit of a strange one. They've had a penetration here at some point, or they had a hole or rust, and they thought, let's put a deck tile over it. Good idea for temporary means, but not long term. And then lastly, this skylight, you can see how the little flashing on the end is coming down the tile significantly. So that's a good coverage. Normally, I find these and they're shocking. They're in, you don't know what they've done. They've got like maybe this much coverage. It's a nightmare. Normally, we would have these tiles come a bit closer to cover this channel more. If it hasn't leaked, it's not the end of the world, but it's something to note. And this tile is a bit funky, and it's not the right tile. It's just a slightly longer tile, but again, not gonna leak. Okay, and then just that whirlybird, which I'll go have a look. There he looks okay. The 5th and last thing we're looking for on a tiled roof is the condition of the gutter. Is it blocked? Does it have rust? We can make sure that everything's flowing as it should be. Now, if we come out here and have a look at our main house gutter, comes in, it comes down, falls here. I can see some timber. We're getting some rotting. Here's a better example. A lot of rotting there. So that's due to the water being able to come in and not being protected. We'll note that. Here, this is the downpipe nozzle. And it has a split water leak through. This could be resealed. Then it comes down to our downpipe spreader, which isn't too bad. It just needs a bit of a cap at the end here and only covering half of it so that we have an overflow through the side. But otherwise, it looks pretty good. We don't have a join in the roof, so that's not too bad. And it's not discharging into a gutter or into a valley. And you can see how the ridge and the tile here are not protecting the end of the fascia. In heavier rain events and wind-driven rain, we're going to have rotting occurring over time. You can see down here we've got a piece of pointing that has come out. As for the rest of the gutter, it's pretty clean all the way through. This join here, you can see I can lift that sealant, so it needs a wire brush, resealed. And see here how the back of that gutter is actually a bit of a gap there. So what we can do is rivet it or screw it with a 25mm Tech screw
just to pull it in. Obviously, clean it and seal it beforehand, then overseal it as well, just to be safe.
Now, as I came up, I saw the front gutter and that looked pretty good, minus a little bit of dirt debris. So we'll just have a quick look here, see what's happening with this one.
We've got some paint, and you can see in here, this nozzle is rusting. Then the downpipe is rusting, and then the gutter is rusting as well. Someone's left a nail in there, it's not going to help with it. Then you can see the sealant has gone as well. It's good that they've covered the fascia on this side, so that fascia is probably a lot stronger. And that tile's a bit loose, not great. This spreader here, you can see how it's discharging. This can actually be done a bit better too, but these could be bent down more. You can see how it's discharging and it's right onto a joint in the sheet. What I like to see normally is that sheet is protected. So once you have a high volume of water coming onto it, there's just so much more chance of it leaking and sucking in underneath the sheet. Other than that, there's obviously issues on this metal roof. Then you can see that gutter comes to an end here, and then we have that eave being exposed. So probably not great in those heavy rain events either. This is future problems, but ideally this is going to be replaced at some point. Okay, and that's the top 5 issues and things we look for on a tile roof during an inspection. So if you've seen any of that stuff from the ground, or you're unsure because sometimes you can't see some stuff from the ground, give us a call and we'll come out and we'll have a look for you and hopefully find all these issues before they become a $10,000+ fix. Okay, so that's what we do when we do a roof inspection on a tiled roof. They're the top 5 things that I'm looking for, and generally there's going to be almost 5 out of 5 things that are going to be bad, but on average would say 3 out of 5. So yeah, as I said, if you see anything like that, if you know anyone that has anything that doesn't look quite right on their roof, feel free to give us a call. Our details are in the description below and in the pinned comments, and hopefully we can help you out.